I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon, and we will grow. And I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Now Venus has crossed over to the zodiac sign of Libra. Now Libra is a balanced zodiac sign that brings in positive, a zodiac sign that kind of creates a equilibrium in life and does not allow you to go into distraction. It's a great zodiac sign, but it's also a zodiac sign where you have to give, not just take. So this give and take, which is the natural property of Venus, becomes more prominent when Venus enters this 7th house of Kalpurush. Not only it impacts your marriage and relationship, but also it makes everybody's relationship with everybody more healthier, more prosperous. This also delivers justice in many cases, sometimes justice in the most surprising of the manner. Now Venus is in trine with Mars and Saturn. You don't need to be worried about that, but this in fact is going to give in a lot of relief. Doing a Navachandi part, Navachandi Pujan, praying to Mata Durga is an excellent remedy. Now I have explained in details the technical breakdown of the transit. You can see the thumbnail here, or you can watch the video from the pinned comment section. Do watch that video after this video, which also gives you technical insights. Now this video is about your ascendant. Let's discuss what the Venus transit has to offer. But before that, do not forget to subscribe the channel, because subscription is extremely important. Do share the video among family and friends so that this family can grow bigger and bigger. If you want to take my consultations, you can drop me an email or can book it from my website. The link of the booking is in the description box. Also, if you want to book a comprehensive report, which is a system generated Kundli PDF report, which gives you all charts, all Mahadashas, and great insights about your horoscope, a great piece of report for overviewing your chart. Maybe you don't know about astrology and you are skeptical of taking a consultation. Maybe this report can give you some sneak peek, and then you can become more familiar with the words of Vedic astrology. Not only it gives you a 10-year prediction, but also gives you a bonus numerology section that gives you some numerological idea about your date of birth. If you want to book that, you can book that from the link in the description box. Let's start the ascendant-wise analysis. Aries. In case of Aries, if you observe your 7th and 2nd lord, Venus will be in the 7th house, and this 7th house Venus is very positive. It brings balance in life, it brings equality in life, it is bringing much needed relief. Now considering that the 3rd, 7th and 11th house is called Kama Trikona, the trine of desire, with Mars being in the 3rd, Venus being in 7th and a retrograde Saturn being in 11th, definitely shows that you have passion, patience and ability to balance things out. So for Aries, it's going to be a very positive time, not only to balance your career and your marriage, but also to create some new ventures in business. It's a very good time for new startups, for people who want to build something new, and this is also a great time to look into new marriage. If you want to look for prospects in marriage, and if you want to do something positive for society. Venus in 7th house aspects your 1st house, so the environment will become positive and it will influence you in a positive manner, and you will surround yourself with happy people. So it's a very happy transit. Taurus. Now in case of Taurus, your ascendant lord goes in the 6th house. Now I know that 6th house is not a great position for Shukra, but because it's in its own zodiac sign, and because there is no deeper malefic influence, what it shows is that you will end up spending more either on your health or on new ventures, or buying things just to satisfy yourself, to bring peace of mind. But eventually you will only feel happy if you do seva. 6th house being the house of service, this is going to impact all service based industries, people working there, And overall, this shows that financially you may find a good job, you may find a job of your liking, and this gives a lot of mental peace, but comes with a little bit of sacrifice. So it's more like, on one hand you gain something in one area of your life, but some other area gets affected. So here you have to see things in a broader picture. You have to see the great play here and allow both the good and bad to happen simultaneously. Meanwhile, focusing on Devi Upasana, because Venus, Mars and Saturn is in trinal position in the Earth Trikona, that means in the financial trine. Loans can increase, use of credit cards should be controlled, and if you are facing any problem related to debt, this can bring some relief at that angle. Gemini. Now for all Gemini ascendant natives, this Venus transit is actually a transit in the 5th house. A 5th house Venus in its own zodiac sign is all about romance, expression, beauty. It's about relief, it's about feeling good. And this transit is going to make you feel good. With the Mars on ascendant, you are energized, you are powerful, you are charged up. But here you also want to focus on your comforts, matters that are very close and dear to you. And this Venus being in the 5th house improves your communication skills, increases your, refines your soft skill and increases your ability to be more creative. Overall, in your career, in relationship, this is going to be a very good time. Also, the surprising changes that Saturn will bring, being in the 9th house, is also going to resonate well with Venus. But you should not be content and focus on indulgence and enjoyment, but rather thrive for being best. See what you can do in spite of all the enjoyment. Focus on learning and education also. So you should not be taking this time as just vacation and you can get rid of all the chaos, but rather this can make you an artist, that you can create something out of this chaos. Relationship with your children will improve during this time, and new prospects of marriage is definitely on the cards. For Cancer ascendant, Venus is going to be in the 4th house. A 4th house Venus is a Venus which is pleasant. Venus gives you relief, that calms your nerves and makes you very comfortable. So this is more about being in your comfort zone. This is more about letting things go, bringing the necessary transformation and exiting things that are toxic to you. So this is more like a kind of a transit where you will be happy within your own self and your own circle, and lot of things you will let go, lot of things you will reject. But you need to be careful with one factor. While you are rejecting something, you have to understand sometimes there are things that may appear to be toxic but are actually not. Just a simple example is any medicine that you eat while you are sick. That medicine is a toxic thing, but when you are unwell, that medicine, that toxin is very crucial. Just ensure when you are rejecting something from life, when you are cutting things off, do you need that? You should not cut things off just out of sheer comfort. This is one gray area that you have to address. On the other hand, your relationship with your mother will improve. Very good time to think about buying property. Your assets will increase. You might invest into luxuries, and this can take you to some fine dining places where you will enjoy a fine dinner. Leo. Now, in case of Leo as an ascendant, Venus happens to be in the 3rd house. A 3rd house Venus is good for your relationship with your siblings. It's very good for short distance travel. This kind of transit is actually very good to have a good time with your friends and family. Your expression becomes more creative. You will become more creative. And if you are connected to creative industry, film industry, if you're an artist, if you're into music, this is going to be a very good time for you. You may also decide to follow your passion. This can be initiation of a desire. You might see somebody and you might get inspired. So this is the time to get inspiration from all the people that are positive people that have created an impact in society around you. Reading biographies is a very good thing. Reading Bhagavad Gita is the best thing that you can do during this time. Venus in the third house means that you are being more happy with what you do. You are more content. But you can also be very indulgent. Like you're only trying to please yourself or people around you. But you're forgetting the bigger picture here. So keep that in mind and take actions with a lot of practical approach. Virgo. Now in case of Virgo, Venus happens to be in the second house. The second house Venus is exceptionally good financially. This will give you a lot of relief. It is a sign of financial growth, prosperity and success. This shows that if you had deficiency of something, be it vitamin or be it of money, this Venus in the second house is going to fulfill that. If you're a chef, if you're into restaurant business, if you're into FMCG, if you're into decorative items, if you are into spa, salon, wellness, if you use food as health product, this is definitely going to work wonderfully for you when Venus is in the second house. This will also resolve a lot of tensions in the family, and this will bring family members together. So don't be surprised if you're going out on a family trip, or at least decide something about a family trip, family get together during this time. It's a very positive Venus and will bring a lot of relief, especially in your financial sector. It is the time where your savings will improve, and if you have money that is stuck somewhere or you think you're losing money, you might recover that well. And if there is anything related to inheritance, properties, assets, that is also very much possible that you might recover that when Venus goes in your second house. Libra. For Libra ascendant, Venus happens to be in the first house. This increases your glow, your aura. You will feel comfortable in your own place, with your own identity, with what you have achieved. It's more like a reminder that you are special. This kind of transit is what you need in order to secure your position in society, in your family, and also feel good about it. But don't get swayed away by too much of appreciation that you might receive from around you, because you need to filter out the fake appreciation from the genuine ones. Venus being in the first house is actually a very good transit for Libra, considering one fact that this brings peace of mind, balance in family, a balance of family and the corporate life. And because Venus is in trine with Saturn and Mars, this also kind of brings in some relief. But you have to understand that if you are focusing too much on, proving your point, if you're focusing too hard, then this can go wrong, and you might come across as an obsessive person because of the retrograde Saturn in the fifth house. But overall, because Venus is free from Ketu, there is no negative planet aspecting the Shukra. This is a very, very positive time to balance your life. Eat healthy, eat right, and this is one big opportunity where you can fight all odds. Chanting Durga Kavach, doing a Navachandi Havan is a very good remedy. Scorpio. Now in case of Scorpio, Venus is in your 12th house. A 12th house Shukra is going to be very expensive, right? But it is something which brings balance. So maybe if you are overspending, then this is going to reduce your spending. This is going to bring more logical conclusions in life. But if you are underspending, if Venus finds that if you invest somewhere, you are going to get gains and returns, this Venus is going to push you towards that. So don't be surprised if suddenly your expense increases, or you may have to spend on your family members, or you are going on a sudden trip, because eventually after that expense you will realize that whatever happened for good and you had a great time. A 12th house Venus is very good for export and import business, for makeup industry, for people who are connected to plastic surgery, and for any such corrections. A 12th house Venus is also something which balances your sleep and hormones, so try to be happy and practice laughter medicine, which means have a good laugh and laugh your heart out. And it's like start your morning with a lot of prayers and a lot of laughters, and throw away all the negative emotions. 12th house Venus is also going to bring in more love from your grandparents and from your pitras. Sagittarius. Now in case of Sagittarius, Venus is in the 11th house. And Ekadash Bhava, 11th house Venus is very good for financial success. Now you see this, your 6th lord is 6 places away in the 11th house and it is in its own zodiac sign, which means it is going to help you control the situation, get rid of debts, increase your income and bring a financial and social balance in your life. Those are seeking justice will get justice. This is more like a wish fulfilling transit for you. This is more like a transit that gives you support from people around you, even from the people whom you have thought cannot support you. If your relationship with your elder siblings, especially your elder sister, your cousins were bad, this is going to make it all right. Marriage is also going to become more healthy, more positive, and your approach should be non-dominating, but overall this is going to be very creative. You may see that you are changing ways in your job and career, or things around you are changing rapidly, but this Venus is more like a sigh of relief. You will also get helping hands. Capricorn. In case of Capricorn, Venus transits your 10th house. A 10th house Shukra is very good for your career. It's very good for bringing support. It's very good for you getting appreciation and people loving your work, and you are working in a team. But remember one thing, that Venus can create a fine, you can say, experience in the work area, but cannot reduce the load. This can give you a good car, but cannot, you can say, shorten the journey. Why? Because Venus is more about comforts and luxury, but 10th house is about war, it's about career. So expect a good career opportunity coming your way, but the hard work will be equally there. So if you think that you need to relax a bit, maybe you can take a small break. Maybe you might think of changing your gears and you might want to go back a level. Now all that is for relief, not a permanent solution. It's a great time for people who are into Venus related industries, who are into chemical industry, pharmaceutical industry, who are into the makeup industry, creative industry, design industry, UI, UX. So it's a great time for you. Aquarius. For Aquarius, Venus goes in the 9th house. A 9th lord in the 9th house is a destiny altering transit, a transit that is going to impact your personality, that is going to impact your relationship with your father, a kind of transit that connects you with your roots, that makes you very comfortable, a kind of transit that helps you learn, but learn happily, a kind of transit that helps you grow in the corporate ladder, but also a kind of transit that can make you very lenient towards core values of life. You are more relaxed towards the fundamentals of life, and this may give you a little slacky approach and you might indulge into negative activities. So be very careful there. So when Venus aspects the 3rd house, your relationship with your siblings will improve. You may end up going into some sort of international or national travel. Venus in the 9th house is also a kind of transit that balances a lot of things in your life, that balances your overall work structure, that balances your emotions and hormones. If you have lower back pain, or if you have a bad stomach, if you are unable to take the pressure, this Venus is going to be a sigh of relief. Pisces. Now in case of Pisces Lagna, Venus goes in the 8th house, and 8th house Venus brings your comfort and your attention towards the occult side of life. You are more comfortable in handling the ups and downs than before. You will see that you are going to secure your life and think of the long term. So it's a great time if you want to do all these activities. Also, when Venus goes in the Ashtama Bhava, this improves the relationship with your in-laws. This brings in money in life of your life partner. Your life partner's overall growth will also make you very happy. But 8th house is more like secret. So Venus in 8th house can also create secret relations. It can also push you to hide things. So be very careful there. Don't tell lies. Now, considering that Rahu is in the Lagna and Venus is in the 8th, may also push you to change a lot of things about you and around you. This may be done secretly, discreetly, or this may come in your mind and may not convert into action depending upon your own horoscope. This also can affect your health. Venus in 8th house means you need to focus on your overall health. You need to focus on yoga, pranayam, and especially if you can do Kriya Yoga, it will be great. Now Venus rules your 3rd house and 8th house. So 8th from 8th is ruled by Shukradev. Therefore, you will be comfortable in addressing core and difficult issues during this time. So if you are facing any difficulty, address this now. Chanting Shri Sukta is very good.